All right, all right. So I wanted to do the coaching session first, so that way we can look at what we talked about and apply to this too. So it's kind of like a two birds with one stone. So we're gonna be looking at the same thing, playing the side waves. Like I said, you did a good job with the hybridinger thing, and you matched them. Like that was perfect. That's what I was referring to. It's a very good side lane play. Whenever it shoved, you try to get it. I think there was a couple situations where you didn't grab it, but for the most part, you were pretty on point. And then now we want to talk about also your ability usage on that E. And then we also want to talk about just kind of wave clearing, period. Hitting the back. Again, right there. Could have hit the back there. Get that splash damage as well as the poke. Don't be afraid to get those. Okay, again, look to land that Q on that back line. However you want to land it. But you see how you're using only one Q for one minion. Either use it to poke and hit the minion at the same time, or use it to get more than one minion, because you could just auto attack those. So I want to see more of that. We're getting that shove in. You have to just be cautious of Master Yi. Man, why does this camera keep moving away from you? It's weird. Yep, just be a little bit cautious about, Silas using his E. Should be fine as long as you stand between your minions. Again, use that Q on that back line. I'm just going to keep kind of saying it just to kind of cement it into your head, Because it's very important, because you don't want to be stuck in this position. His wave clear is pretty good, though. Not going to lie. But that was a better Q. You hit all of them. That was good. Nice. All right, so we see Kane up here. That means Master Yi should be up here too. I know we kind of cheat because we have vision of like his stuff, but I wish they would like fix that or something. That's kind of whack. But for the most part, if Yi starts bot, Kane starts bot, they should both be up top, so your body should be down here. A good thing that I like to do is I like to put a ward over the Raptors if I'm going to shove them in, and then I just kind of hover. But yeah, your body should be down here because we know that Master Yi is top side. Good juke. That guy's over. Like, yeah, the guy's griefing. But again, put your body down. All right, time's been long. I was gonna say time's been long enough. Master Yi should be bot side. There he goes. Ooh, good kill. Okay, so let's look at what just happened here. Master Yi's down here, right? And we know that bot lane's walking back to lane. Now, I believe we just seen Garen. Or am I crazy? I think I'm crazy. Thought we just seen Garen. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say this is kind of something that I spotted when I was watching you too. Is like knowing when it's okay to stay for CS, even if you are like 10 HP, because realistically, nobody can kill you, right? If nobody can kill you, it's okay to stay for CS, even if you're low on HP and mana. Oh, there you go. Yeah, we did see Garen. Okay, I thought I was like tripping. Okay, so we did see Garen after this kill. Right, we know that the bot lane just died, so they should be walking back to lane. We know that Master Yi's down there, and then we also see Garen come up to lane. So it's okay to stay and get some more CS if you want, if you need like an item or something. If you're fine and you don't need anything, let me see what you bought, then it's good. But, if you wanted more, it doesn't look like you need it anymore though. I don't think you had to buy an Oblivion Orb right now. I don't think his healing is that good. So there's this. This is kind of the way that Riot made, because I know I haven't played in a while, but they made it so they don't want you to buy Grievous Wounds every single game, and so they nerfed healing and wounds and shields. They just kind of nerfed it all across the board, so you're not forced to buy that item every single game. So although Silas does heal, he doesn't heal as much as he used to, and I know it's annoying, but realistically, you can pop this guy before he heals, and on top of that, he can only heal you if he W's you, and it's a really long cooldown. So in theory, in a clutch moment, yes, it could save you, but you gotta think about how often is that clutch moment gonna happen. So it's kind of not really worth. And I know Senna heals too, but once again, it's not really enough right now to buy it. So rule of thumb here is if they have any support that you're going to be fighting against, obviously if you're laning in the first 15 minutes, you don't need to buy the item, right? Because you're not going to be dealing with the support like the Soraka and whatnot. You're not going to be dealing with them with them at the moment. Later into the game, you're going to have to buy it. But if it's like one champ, if it's like a Vladimir, like, yeah, healing sucks, but like, what are you going to do? You're not going to keep applying it because, you know, you have to continue to damage them. So you got to think of it like, is there enough healing right now to invest 800 gold? Right now, no. There's not enough healing in your lane. There's not enough healing for the jungler to invest 800 gold. And to that, you could be investing it into a better item. Again, they recently made this change, I think about 3 patches ago. They did it with the durability update. But then also after that update, they did a couple of things too. And then after that update, they did a couple of things too. So, yeah. I've been telling my students, and I've been doing it myself, to not invest into it too soon. Like I said, unless you're like laning versus Soraka or something like that, then it's kind of obvious you need to buy that early. But Salas isn't really one of the champs I'd worry too much about. Again, aim for the backline. Push that wave. You see Kai'Sa. Oh, that's our Kai'Sa. I was like, huh, why is she standing right there? Alright, same thing. We're just going to kind of play for mid-game. We're just going to play for that Rift Herald. her emotions are always hilarious. Her facial features. Or expressions. I can't even talk. So yeah, we're just going to kind of wait. See whenever we can make that play for Dragon or Rift. They got Rift, looks like. Trying to go bot, but not really much you can do. Again, this is just going to be a play mid-game type of fight game. Kind of like the one that you played when I watched you. Not much you could do right now. Yep, this is good. Okay, this is actually a really good fight. So another thing that I've noticed is sometimes you have wards and don't use them. You don't have any wards now, but use those wards to give you an ability to pick people off. Also buy more pinks. I'm pretty sure you had enough when you backed. I could be crazy. Let me see. You backed right here. Yep, you have enough. You didn't buy one. You have 400 gold. So buy more pinks. Buy a pink every single back. And then place them. Because if you had one right there, or even if you could just pop one over the wall, still that's good vision for you to be able to land some bubbles. Alright, let's go back to this fight here. Let's see what took place. A little bit further. Okay. Again, remember, save that sleep for Master Yi. But it's not really that much of an issue in this game because you have really big CC here. But just remember, if they're not there, let's say, you know, it's you and like Jax. You know, and Jax has some reliable CC too. I guess this game is not too bad. But I just mean in general, kind of just have that in your head. This game, you could toss your sleeps a little bit more willy-nilly, but if those champs aren't near you, let's just say it's Kai'Sa and you're going to have to save that sleep for Master Yi. Okay. Not really something... I don't think he's going to dive. I don't think you're going to be able to do anything here. I think this is over. You could clean up that wave, though. Is that what you're trying to do? Perfect. Okay, cool. Perfect, perfect. I love it, love it, love it. That sucks. Wow, that sucks. What have you been... Wow. Did you... Huh. Oh, you missed your cue. And then you just got ran down. Remember, kind of something to just keep in mind is try not to overcommit. That's something that I think that I had to learn with the Z. It's a little different with you because the way your champ works, you have to kind of commit more often than a Zir does. But a lot of the times I'd overcommit with the Zir and I'd use my QE or my EQ, however you want to use it. And once you do that, you're dead if you don't do it right. So it's kind of the same with Zoe here. Is you don't really want to overcommit in terms of your positioning. It's not your R, it's just where you're standing. Because if you overcommit to that, you don't have a way to move. Again, kind of put yourself in scenarios where you're not always with your team. Right here, you could have been popping E's over the wall right here and just zoning them. They can't walk through to you, right? And then when you see Styler starting to move down, you kind of reposition and move right here and do the same thing here. So you can kind of do it from over the wall there. Like really really think of yourself as like a zoning champ. I'm just trying to zone. Where can I go to prevent you from like collapsing onto my team? Where can I go? If you could pick anybody and one-shot them before they get there, kudos. Or if you can zone them, kudos. Either way, it's a win-win. That's what you have to think about. Where can I stand to get me free kills? Where can I stand to keep you from like moving forward? And really use that to your ability. And again, you don't have to keep tossing sleeps out. You can just jump over the wall with Q. You not using your sleep is just as scary. They're not going to know what you're going to throw when you pop over. That's the scary part about it. Right? It's one thing knowing you have sleep when you're not teleporting, but if you're R-ing over walls, tossing Qs, they don't know when you're going to toss your E. So it's just fucking spooky. I'll go to hella spooky. So definitely something that I want to see you do more. Okay, we want to play for drag. Cool. You can stay down here. It's fine. Yep, good job. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Yeah, I would have went up there like ASAP because look where the objective is. So if there was any type of confrontation, where would it be? It's definitely not going to be bot side. I didn't mean that back. I meant this one. There we go. That's what I meant, not the other one, because I knew you were getting blue. It's fine. But yeah, you see where you go? You're like, well, I was trying to clear the wave. Yeah, but if you clear the wave and your whole team dies, was that wave worth? And then get Baron? Probably not. Sometimes you just gotta take the L. Hopefully they can survive without you, though. Looks like they do, and you're able to push out. So those would have been the moments right there where you would have just threw the game. Like, you have to identify that, because if your team can't carry their own weight, you're going to lose. They're going to all die, and it's going to be because you were bot side instead of top side. You know? Pushing mid, though, was good, given your team didn't need you. Okay, we're going back down bot. Why? Because Dragon's there. Remember, unless you're running TP, you always got to try to be on the side with the objective as a mid laner as much as possible. Again, find your positioning. Look at this wave is fat, right? So this means that if you this wave is fat. So that means if someone catches the wave, they're gonna have to walk through these areas, right? They're gonna have to walk like this way. Maybe they'll walk up through here, go through there. Maybe they'll walk up through here, whatever. But the way to get to Dragon, there's only 3 ways. 1, 2, 3. And the odds of them clearing that wave, walking all the way around the Dragon is slim. So that means you got this way and this way. And if they clear the wave from here, you can kind of just deduce where they're gonna walk through from. Let's just see if they clear the wave. So nobody even clears it. Now we know where they all are. So this way, if we knew nobody was going to clear the wave and you were already hovering here, again, you could have positioned yourself in a spot to really get some good lineups because of the location. Remember, put yourself in a really good spot. You don't always have to hover around with your team when you're playing Zoe, because the rule of the thumb is, again, picking people off or zoning the hell out of them. I think that's game. So, you can kind of see that even after our coaching session when we talked about it, you can kind of see that it still spills into this game. And it's funny because this game was actually before our session. But you can see that it still spills of like, okay, well, we could be using our ability to have sleeps a lot better by positioning better, by zoning better, by actually getting free picks because of where we're positioning at in the first place. Being on the right side of the map when we're dealing with objectives is a huge one, especially if your team can't actually clean up. You know, these are the little things that will make it so that you can carry your team if they all do manage to suck, pretty much. And then, of course, with the Grievous wounds, as I said before, right now it's not really worth spending 800 gold if you're not going to really have something that's going to heal outright. If you're dealing with Kane, buying that, I wouldn't buy it as early as you did, but I would have bought it later into the after laning phase, like later into the mid game, because that's a champ you're going to be fighting constantly, because that's a jungler. Realistically, he's always going to be there, and that champ always heals. Everything he does heals him. Whereas, like I said, Silas is just one button. Nobody else on their team really heals. So, yeah. I mean, you could say, well, he has is he running Conqueror? I don't know because he's dead. He has lethal tempo. I was wondering. I was like, I don't think he has Conqueror. So he has lethal tempo. So you could say, well, he has Blade of the Ruin King, but like again, that's not really a lot of healing. Well, he has a W. Again, like doesn't really matter. That's not really detrimental. You should be able to kill him. Caitlyn obviously doesn't have any healing in her kit. Then she doesn't have any healing items. Senna, she has fleet of footwork and she has a little bit of healing, but again, not really worth it. Garen, he has Conqueror, but again, not really worth it. The heals aren't that substantial. So spending 800 gold on that item is like making you be weaker, basically, because you're 800 gold in debt to your power spikes. Does that make sense? So, yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you got any questions, of course, let me know. Of course, I mean, that's pretty much it. Good job, though. Good job. Keep it up. Keep it up. Peace. Late. Thank you guys for approaching this like a coach.